Hello everybody, welcome back to today's video. Last week I did a diptych painting and this is what I came up with. So if you haven't seen this video yet, it's the one right below this one here. And I was working with the Daniel Smith Moonglow. And I haven't used this color in a little while, so I was excited to bring it back in. And I really like that shade of purple. And then I was thinking, what if I pair it with the Hooker's green? Because I still have some of that in a dish as well that I need to use up. And I want to see what those two will do on the paper. I went ahead and I made the paper wet on the back side and on top. I like to do both sides. It helps me work with it a little bit longer, but also it flattens out the paper again, so it doesn't curl up on me. Now, I let the water soak into the paper a little bit, so it's not actually wet on top, because I will be introducing quite a bit of water again with these colors. So I'm gonna stir this up. I think I need a little bit more water. I'm just gonna use some of my dirty water here a little bit, and then I will bring in all of that pigment that I have on the side. And what I want to do is just pour it over the page and then see what happens. Now, the reason why I let the water soak into the paper a little bit beforehand is because I don't want those colors to like go everywhere. I do want a little bit of control. And let's just let this play for a second before I bring in the green. There. And now we're gonna put in some of that green. Oh, stay. All right. Now what I don't like is all these legs, so I will go in and close them up a little bit. And also, I don't like how this turned out, so I'm gonna bring in some more green here. And now I have a little bit too much water pooling, so we're just gonna take some of that off. Now the paper might have been already a little bit too dry, but that's okay because we're always gonna add more water to it anyway. All right. Wow, look at all of these beautiful colors. And I think I'm going to have to add a little bit more green to this side as well, because I really like that light green showing up over here. But before I do that, let me finish off the Moonglow. It's very mossy looking. As I am going, I am just mopping up some of that excess water. It's kind of a double-edged sword. I need it for the color to move around, but then also I don't want to introduce too much water because then I'm just constantly fighting it. And that is why I liked to just make the paper wet in the beginning, but then keeping it, letting it dry before I start. All right, it's pooling in the middle here again, so I'm just gently bringing that water off the page. That Moonglow is magical. It is such a wonderful color. It's gorgeous. Wow, look at this. Sometimes I just like to be surprised with what these colors will do. So now I'm gonna go in and intensify some of those colors a little bit more, because I am not sure how dark they will dry. There's so many colors going on all at once on this page from 2 colors only. I am almost out of the Moonglow, so if I need more later, I can always add a little bit more, but the goal I think is to just use it all up so that I have a clean dish. And by clean, I mean, you know, somewhat clean and empty. Okay, that's done. I still have quite a bit of the Hooker's Green now that I added more. So I'm wondering, should I add some more? Maybe down here? It's gonna disperse a little bit, so I'm okay with the way it looks. And let's do it over here too. I cannot wait for this to dry. I think I will have to baby this a little bit until it's dry, because I don't want some funky drying lines. So I will be sitting here for a little while until I feel comfortable leaving it alone, and then just let it dry completely then. But I think we did a pretty good job cleaning out the leftover paint. So much happening. All right, I'm gonna let this dry and then I will be back. It dried really well, and there's some beautiful colors in here. I was debating if I should hold it this way, which means it's not gonna fit into my frame very well, but I think we can manage. I am going to start putting down some lines, and I have a couple of different oranges here. One is a little bit more on the yellow side. So I think I might want to use the lighter one and just put some lines in here. And then I can use the darker ones for different marks. So now that I know where the lines are, I'm gonna bring in the gold. You can even see what I'm doing. You should have said something. It's the only gripe I have working with this format. Well, generally, if I'm only working on one like that, it's a little easier, but since they're attached, I forget that things move out of frame. I feel like bolder shapes are a good way to cover things up that you don't necessarily like. And so that's what I'm doing here. I think it needs one more line in the sea of lines and chaos that's already happening on this page. But I would like to add another long line of the darker red in here. I feel like those lines are not standing out so much, and this might help. I don't know if it makes a huge difference, but we'll see. I am going to take the tape off now, and then we can have a quick look and see how they turned out. Okay, much better. I am going to cut it so that we have two separate paintings. I think that helps too, and that way we can arrange them and see, do we like them this way or do we like them this way? So I'm gonna quickly do that and then we'll have a closer look. All right, here they are. I feel like this is the first time I can place them any which way, and they both look great in either direction. Usually when I do these, there is a specific way I feel like they should look and they should be placed. But with this one, I don't feel that. So that's good because it gives a lot of options as to how to place them if they were to be hung up. I really enjoy that you can still see the incredible colors that are on here and peeking through. So that makes me very happy. Well, there you have it, folks. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did and you haven't already, please consider subscribing to this channel so that you will see more of this type of watercolor painting and doodling. I will be back next week with a new video for you all. And in the meantime, I hope you have a lovely weekend and remember to stay creative wherever you are in the world. Bye.